The Arizona Cardinals entered the 2026 season under new head coach Mike LaFleur, following a 3-14 reset featuring high-profile changes like the release of Kyler Murray, drafting a rookie running back Jeremiyah Love in the first round, and a daunting strength of schedule. Mike LaFleur brings a fresh identity and offensive scheme with coordinator Nathaniel Hackett. Front office and coaching additions aim to build a physical, punishing run game and improve line play. After moving on from Murray, the Cardinals brought back Jacoby Brissett on a one-year deal to serve as the starter. However, his offseason was clouded by a contract dispute that kept him away from early programs. Behind Brissett sits highly touted rookie Carson Beck. Beck has shown substantial progress throughout training camp in the preseason, setting up an inevitable future quarterback battle as the season progresses. Should Carson Beck be the day one starter in a year with very few expectations in light of an impending quarterback-rich 2027 draft? What say the people's champ?
Absolutely, yes. Like, it is the Arizona. Take every noodle out the pot and sling away at the nearest wall. And whatever sticks, you roll with it if you're the Arizona Cardinals. Like, yes, please. What are we waiting for? This is nothing new for Jacoby Brissett. He's number 2.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. I'm like, yeah, man, you know what you're getting with Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, and no knock on Jacoby. Get your money, man.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you've made it thus far being a reliable, dependable backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with that. A lot of guys make a lot of money for a long time doing just that. Yep. So keep negotiating or whatever you got to do. Right. But, yeah, let's cut the noise. Like, yeah, start Carson Beck.
Yep. I would start him from day one. I would give him all 18 weeks to see what we have in Carson Beck. If Carson Beck can throw for 4,000 yards and 25 touchdowns, then you know you got your quarterback of the future. And then you can draft, you know, accordingly and start building around him. Yeah. If Carson Beck is what we believe Carson Beck is, then you can draft your quarterback and you can have Carson Beck as a reliable backup. And you can tell Jacoby Brissett, it's been real. Go find your backup money elsewhere. And we can start from there.
And while we're on the Arizona, what is up with Marvin Harrison?
Man, I don't.
Is he in his head?
It's interesting. He's in Arizona,
right? And then there's that.
Right. I don't know.
But at one point, you know, it's kind of cheap to, you know, place the sins or achievements of the father upon the child.
Right.
But, I mean, you know, Pops was in Indianapolis, but he did have the sheriff with him.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I mean.
So, but it's like, I mean, you know, bad situations kind of come with being a high draft pick.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes you got to make that bum-ass quarterback look better than what he actually is, you know, with that name on the back of your jersey.
Right. Yeah, you know, I don't know, man. Like, I think that, you know, there's still time for Marvin to have a breakout season this year. I expect for him to take a leap forward this year because he's just too talented not to.
Right.
You know, there's just been so much instability in Arizona. Again, like he's another, like we talked about Shador last week. He's another one. It's just like, it's hard to say what the heck is going on because you don't really feel like, you know, he's been in an incubator that's allowed him to really flourish. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not trying to make an excuse for him. It's just, you know, that's kind of how it, like when you don't have kind of like certain players need certain things. You know, not everybody is Justin Jefferson and, you know, Justin Jefferson is going to be Justin Jefferson, whether it's Max Brosmer or Carson Wentz or Sam Darnold or whomever, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I, you know, I just think that this kid may need a better incubator than what he's had thus far in order to really break out because we know the talent is there. Like, there's no question. He's big, he's fast, he's physical, he's athletic, he's got great hands. You know, like something is missing. Like you said, like, is it in his head? Yeah. Is it does he not like his environment? Right. Is it the coaching? yeah, like, is there a disconnect between him and his quarterback? Like, who
He got
who
too many
knows?
hoes going on in Arizona.
Maybe.
Scottsdale kind of lying, Jack. I'm here to tell you.
Maybe. Let me ask you about Jeremiyah Love. As the highest drafted running back since Saquon Barkley went number 2 overall in 2018, Arizona's massive investment implies Jeremiyah Love will immediately be treated as a focal point. In his preseason debut, Love flashed his game-breaking athleticism, tallying 14 touches for 72 yards and creating viral highlights with sharp spin moves and defender hurdles before his injury. The high ankle sprain suffered in the preseason debut typically carries a 2 to 6 week recovery timeline and can linger, threatening his effectiveness early in the regular season. Despite the injury, do you believe that Love will be crowned the Offensive Rookie of the Year? Why or why not? Would say the people's champ.
Oh, that's tough, man, because the high ankle sprain, that is just like the worst injury you could really have as a running back, dude, because just the propensity to step on somebody else's foot, the turf itself.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think you're on the mend, the slightest tweak can just blow that thing right back up, and you set yourself back in terms of recovery. So that alone bothers me. I think Mendoza may have a shot to do some things.
Yep, I like
in Vegas. If they let him rip from week 1. I think we'll probably talk about that.
Yes, we definitely are getting over to the AFC.
And also too, I think this year you've got a lot of incoming rookie receivers that have the potential to put up some nice numbers.
I concur.
So yeah, I think the injury and also the weapons that are coming into class with him, I think works against him. But that being said, I think he'll have some highlight plays for sure.
Listen, I think that he's right to be the front runner now. I tend to agree with you. And again, I don't want to portend anything negative on Jeremiyah Love. But somebody got a voodoo doll of running backs in Arizona. Because, like, everybody that played running back last year went down with a season-ending injury.
Right.
James Conner, Trey Benson, and Bam Knight, they all had season-ending injuries last year. And Amari DeMarcado missed multiple games with various injuries. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on in Arizona. I don't know if the training staff is, like out back eating hot wings and drinking beer, though. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But somebody don't like the running backs in Arizona. So, yeah, I kind of agree. I would go with Carnell Tate if it was me, nice. Out of Ohio State.
Nice.
That would be my dark horse pick. I like Jeremiyah Love. I think it has nothing to do with his talent. I just don't like what's going on with the running backs in Arizona over the last couple of years. They just have seemed to be beat up for some reason. And then he gets the high ankle sprain in his first preseason game. I'm like, I don't know if it's the tape they using.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know what's going on in Arizona. The running backs are just beat up out there. So
running backs, receivers, high ankle sprains and hammies, you just do not want, and groins. You do not want to hear.
Yeah,
that.
Right. You don't want to hear soft tissue injuries.